here's a closing story. Got to have a closing story to be fair and balanced. I tell you who keeps me fair and balanced sometimes is my family, my loved ones. You know, your family can sometimes say to you what no one else will say to you. I remember when I was at First Baptist, West Monroe, Louisiana, I was going to go to watch a ball game. Well, I had some meetings at the church, but I was going to slip over there to try to watch Dusty play, my little Dusty. He loved that baseball. Boy, he was a good batter, you know. He'd get that bat. And he loved Pudge Rodriguez for the Texas Rangers. And he would do Pudge all the time. One time he got in the batter's stance and he would just, and all of a sudden he put his hand up like they do, stopped the pitcher, stepped out the batter's box, then went. Yeah. I think I genuflected. I don't know if I did it right. I'm a Baptist. But anyhow, so I was going to go watch him, you know. And so I got over there, third base side, and I got up there in the bleachers. And I didn't really recognize a lot of the parents and stuff, you know. I just hadn't seen them at other ball games. I introduced myself, and they said, well, you know who you are. You're the preacher over there at First Baptist. I said, well, yeah, I'm here. My son Dusty's out there. He was already out in left field. And I'm seeing him out there and excited about it. I'm ready for the game to get going because I got to go. I thought if I can just stay till he bats one time, then after he bats, I can sneak off and go back to the church. You know, that sometimes when you're in ministry, you feel like that's the right thing. You know, got to get back. Well, we had our meeting and he didn't even show up. So, you know, you're in that rock and a hard spot. I want to see him play, but they got meetings, and I feel like I need to be there. And so I'm going, hurry up. And the umpires are talking. I'm saying, come on, let's go. Get this thing rolling. And finally, they're about to say play ball, and I'm sitting up there in the third base side in those bleachers, and all of a sudden, Dusty in the left field, and I don't know what he was, 6 years old, maybe 7, and all of a sudden, Dusty out there goes, Daddy! You're sitting on the wrong side. And I looked around, and no wonder I didn't know those people. I looked over there, and there's Laurie and everybody on the first base side. And I'm going, and she's over there going, and so what do you do? And he keeps going. You know, he's ADD. Daddy! I'm going, you're sitting on the wrong side. So I stepped down like a Billy Graham movie. Just as I am. You know, I'm walking forward. Won't you come? It only takes 3 minutes to come from there. We don't have literature, but we have your wife that you're going to have to deal with. So I went over there, boy, everybody claps. You know, I get up and sit next to Laura and I go, why don't you come too? Why don't you come? Because I wanted you to learn a lesson. No. So anyhow, finally Dusty gets up to bat. He's at the end of the batting order, you know, because he's ADD. But you know what? He hit that ball. Remember, honey? He hit that old ball, and he ran to first base, and he made it, and they overthrew him, and he ran to second, slid into second, you know, picks his helmet up, and then they overthrow second. He's going to third. Finally, he slides in at home plate. And when he's running to the dugout, he's running. He looks at you. You know how they look at you. They want to see you in the stand. And he's just looking. He's smiling. And I'm going, way to go, Dusty! Way to go, Dusty! Went in the dugout. And I went, oh, way to go, Dusty. All right, good. And then he came back out and took his hat off. And I went, get back in the door. Night. But, so anyhow, when he went in the dugout, that's my time to get away, you know? So I slipped on out, and then Laurie, you know, very graciously, I don't know if she learned it from a Beth Moore conference or what, but she said, okay, bye. Goodbye, Father. You know, he's gone. No, I'll stay. I went. So I leave, and I go get in my car, and when I was in my car and I was driving up to church, I kept hearing, Daddy, you're sitting on the wrong side. And when I pulled into the parking lot of the church, put my coat on and tightened up my tie, Daddy, you're sitting on the wrong side. And when I sat in that meeting, which could have been finished in about 5 minutes, it took about an hour, I kept hearing, Daddy, you're sitting on the wrong side. To be fair and balanced, you need to be on the right side. You need to be on God's side. You need to see from His perspective so that you can see the perspective of your loved ones, so you can see the perspective of your friends, so that you can have balance in your life. But when you're fair and when you're balanced, laughter is near. And hopefully, if that's in your heart tonight, the laughter starts here. God bless you. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.